Hello and welcome to another episode of Pop Culture Reacts and our first venture to Italy, as we
The
are
Boot.
going with Nanowar of Steel, Pasadena, 1994, with a guest spot from Joachim Bordren of Sabaton fame.
Yes, I did see that in the video description. So that did intrigue me. Because we've done a few Sabaton. Well, you know Sabaton like well. I've done a few for the channel, so I've
Yes.
started to dip my toe into the Sabaton water.
Yes, so all I know of Nanowar of Steel is they are an Italian power metal band that do some songs about historical things in the same way that Sabaton do, but it's not about war so much.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
quite intrigued. I'm quite intrigued to go into because my Sabaton experience has been very much war based. Although I guess the Lawrence of Arabia one less war-y, although during wars. But
Yeah.
but yeah, to venture into historical events of a different lilt, yeah, quite intrigued by this.
So yes, this is Pasadena, 1994.
What happened
Yeah.
in 1994, Chris?
In 1994, Diana Ross kicked a football and split a goal
Best
in half.
penalty ever.
There
Although
was...
I will say, as bad as it was, I have seen worse penalties taken by professional footballers.
Yes.
Some of them at World Cups.
There was a World Cup, but we weren't there, so we ignored it because it was on at 3 o'clock in the morning. They're saying
I
that.
watched a load of it.
I did because
I was working a shift job at the time.
I had my first TV in 1994 in my room, and because the World Cup games were at like 2 in the morning, they were on at 3 o'clock at night. I'd go to bed at 7 or 8, wake up during the night to watch the football, and then go back to bed before then having to go to school.
See, now we're deviating down the world of sports.
Yes.
Sports. The World Cup that is one of the most memorable for me, but because of what you were saying there, is when we had Japan, South Korea, and I say I was working shifts during the 1994. I was also working shifts during Japan, South Korea, but I just started a new shift job, and by hook or by crook, the shift pattern and a liberal use of leave, I pretty much got the whole of the World Cup off. So despite the fact that the times of football were very unusual to what we're used to in the UK, yeah, the whole thing was, you know, there was oft time where at 7 o'clock in the morning I was quite a few pints deep because we were treating it like it was an evening kickoff over here. Having breakfast whilst being on your fourth or fifth pint of the morning was a novel experience at that point, but one I took to quite well. But that's enough of us talking about sport. Shall we see what Nanowar Steel and how they present the 1994 World Cup to us?
Let's see. Let's get ourselves to Pasadena.
Yep. Where, as we said, we wouldn't have been there because we didn't make it. But anyway, let's go.
Pasadena 1994, let's fight all the heroes sent to war. Pasadena 1994, for the glory. Marching under the sun on fields of green. Is their last battle, death or victory? Against the odds and all the bets, bookmakers say there is no chance. Cariocas win up numbers 2-1. jumbo screen. Their nation stands behind them, cut and not so dignified to defend their honor of the Fiji tree. Unneutralized by the Italian offside track. Maldini, while General Sacchi displaces his troops for the final stand. Pasadena 1994, let's fight for the heroes sent to war. Pasadena 1994, for the glory. Pasadena 1994, second half is over, still the draw. Pasadena 1994, for the FIFA World Cup.
Tirerà per primo Baresi contro Taffarelli.
Baresi shot towards Japan like a North Korean warhead.
Baresi. Errore di Baresi che calcia altissimo.
Albertini lets up the crowd as Napalm and lead now.
Albertini. Italia 1, Brasile 0 dopo il secondo rigore.
Varney quick now finds the marginal line on Taffarelli.
Sinistro Dievani contro Taffarelli. 2-1 per l'Italia dopo il terzo rigore. Tiro Massaro. Para Taffarelli, battuta centrale. Abbiamo ancora una tenue speranza. Roberto Baggio batterà il nostro ultimo tiro alto. Il campionato del mondo è finito, lo vince il Brasile ai calci di rigore e naturalmente è una conclusione che si lascia con grande amarezza. Gli azzurri non meritarono di perdere così ai calci di rigore una partita nella quale hanno esibito uno straordinario coraggio.
Pasadena 1994, let's fight for the heroes sent to war. Pasadena 1994, for the glory. Pasadena 1994, the battle is lost and the hope is gone. Pasadena 1994, for the glory. Pasadena 1994, their memory lives forevermore. Pasadena 1994, for the glory. For the second place, the divine mighty waves on.
I got quite caught up there in the tension of the penalty shootout. It was like, excuse 1 second. It was like I was living it again.
Yes.
And despite not having a dog in the fight as such, yeah, I was. There was points there I was kind of going, show the game.
that is fun. It is silly, and I fucking love that. I want more epic cup finals told through the medium of power metal.
It was very reminiscent of, and obviously having Joachim from Sabaton in there, it's very reminiscent of how Sabaton would lay out telling a war story, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go with I also thought it was immense fun. I thought the video's great. Like the humour they had in the video was fantastic. I think the song is littered with humour, whilst talking about probably a subject matter that they did actually care about as well, or historically has some significance for them. The equating kind of what they did to, I don't know, like a military, something from military history was also added to the fun. Very tongue in cheek. I'm going to say though, just for context, I'll never listen to it again. Like, and not to be mean to it, I think it's really great fun once for me. I don't think I would put this track on again unless I was saying to someone who's a football fan, oh, have you ever heard this? It's not something that I think I would desire to listen to again, but I think as for me as a one-off piece, as a package, yeah, I think really good fun. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it said it. I I really like it. It fits. It tickles my pickle. It hits my itches that I like. You know, when else are you gonna get a song that name drops Romario, Bebeto, Maldini, and Baggio in a
Yeah.
metal song? It's like,
And reminds you of how great a player Baggio was.
yeah,
And no offense to Baresi or anyone else that's mentioned in it, it did remind me bloody old Baggio was good.
yes, and you know, talking about neutralizing the Italian offside trap. It's like, of
Yeah.
course, if you live for a certain era, Italian
Oh
defenses
God, yeah.
were, you know, a thing of glory. Um, but yeah,
Depending on how you like your football, like they were masterful at the game, but in the same way as tactically, there were just some things that you don't want. I was coming into that final, and I don't think it was an exceptional Brazil team, and I know they had players in there, but I don't think anyone massively played exceptional during that World Cup. But I wanted Brazil to win it all the way because Brazil are the attractive, free flowing football, even they weren't doing there. And as much as I admire tactically what Italian sides certainly at that time were doing, I didn't really want Italy. It almost felt like it was an advert for play. If you play football in a style that I don't massively like watching, you've got a better chance of winning.
but yeah, no, I like that. As I said, I don't think it's gonna be one of those where I'm gonna like jump on work tomorrow and be like, I need to listen to that
Yeah,
World Cup song again.
I'd be
But
interested to see what their other tracks are like, though.
yes,
Like, is that humor element always a lean to it? Is that did they pick this one because one they thought it could do something really funny, but also like it resonated with them, are they big football fans, or is this the style of song that they do? And I'd be interested to hear more. As much as I said, I'll probably never listen to this song again, but that's because I think it is almost potentially, well, for me anyway, it's a one-off piece. It's once you've laughed at the gag, law of diminishing returns, it's probably not as funny the second time you hear it,
mm.
or as charming maybe.
But yeah, so yes, comments down there on other Nanowar of Steel stuff that we can give a go to,
Well,
and any other
to give you
football
a
related
little bit
songs
of a
too.
yeah, football related songs I quite like to do, because as much as I'm somewhat fallen out of love with football for a good few years now, it still somewhat held my heart in its ever painful and squeezing hands. Just to give you a heads up on where I think they are as a band, on my other screen, from when I paused the video, it does say more hot videos to watch on our channel, and one of them's called Dandruff Falling Around. So I'm thinking probably
Probably
that
not as
that comedy lilt is probably there
yes,
wherever they go.
yes. So as always, YouTube things, like, subscribe, and ring bells. As said, comments down there. Let us know other Nanowar stuff and any other football songs. And
Yes.
until next time, and the glory of Italy and Roberto Baggio's amazing ponytail. Goodbye.